How do we do art therapy virtually? It's coronavirus, and many of us are wanting to or needing to be creative. And I just wanted to hop on and show you some of the things that we send our clients who are starting therapy and who are really wanting to engage in art therapy and are not able to come to the office due to corona or for whatever other reason. So, what we do when we sign a client up specifically for art therapy is that we send them a whole bunch of art equipment. So, they'll get like a notepad and a sketch booklet. We also send clients a pack of pastels. So, they're going to be able to do some of their artwork, be able to use the many different colors of pastels. There are different interventions that the therapist might encourage. What else we also send clients is a container of gel markers. So we want them to be able to use different kinds of equipment, some crayons, some regular markers. Some of the other things that we use are masks. Sometimes when we're helping clients work through them with anxiety or with depression or with some kind of trauma, we get to play things out with masks or with some other sensory items that we send. It's really a case by case basis. One of the other things that I really adore are these boxes. So clients get a box and we use it either for containment, where this one says the happy box that somebody colored on. And then there's another one that says the angry box. Now, every person decorates it on their own. Inside, the client might draw pictures, situations that might make them angry, and they put it in the box. It really depends on the age of the child. For adults, we sometimes use a container, a box where we contain any thoughts, feelings, letters, emotions, or memories that need to be contained and held safely and securely. And when needed, we put a key on it, right? So we lock it. And for some children, it really helps them learn to regulate their emotions when they feel like internally their anxiety, their panic, their fears, or whatever it is, has a hard time staying somewhat contained emotionally. So we use it for emotional regulation. We also use art, any kinds of art intervention, to help children, teens, and also adults really be able to process whatever isn't able to come out in their words. Because many times our body carries memories and emotions on our body. And art and creative art and dance movement and somatic therapies that our therapists offer at our practice really help clients get in touch with that, be able to get in touch with a movement, with an emotion, with a sensation, drawing something out, playing something out, which I find really helpful. One of the things as well that we send clients is something called the Russian doll. So what I buy for clients is Russian dolls usually are decorated, but we buy a plain Russian doll set, which means they are not colored, and then clients get to color it. So this is an example of what one client did, where, her outer layer of self, there's a happy part, and on the other side, there's a sad part or a frightened part. Okay, so different clients. So we help clients identify parts, right? So maybe when she goes to school, there's a happy part, but when she comes home, or when she hears about something that's going on or in a certain social scenario, then there's a sad part or a memory of some loss or some pain. And sometimes, a client will be like, I have happy parts, and maybe there's like, some little part that sometimes comes in with like a worried voice. So there's different sizes. I'm just showing you like there's different sizes. And sometimes parts have different beliefs of themselves. Like there might be a confident part or an academic part or different aspects that come into play. Sometimes a kid could be like a really happy and healthy child, but there's a little part that sometimes has anger outbursts or sometimes, gets really shy. And so we work with that. We'd be like, we show the child or the teen, like there are big adult parts and also, the part that helps you function, the part that helps you be interacting with your family. And sometimes there's this little guy that comes along. And what should we name him? And the client kind of colors it, gives it a name. So when you're doing therapy, instead of just, if we're not using the sand tray or items in the office, we kind of help the client bring their own therapy toolkit that they're creating at home, as well as a resource. Now, the way we also use these different items with adult clients is when we work with survivors of trauma, emotional neglect, relational issues, anxiety, depression, then we use a therapy method for children as well, but specifically for adults called IFS, which is internal family systems, which basically says that inside of all of us, we have many different parts of ourselves. So, we might have an adult part of ourselves, a worker part of ourselves, and then we might have like a really, a young inner child part that, saw a lot of pain or felt neglected or has certain trauma memories or so it helps clients get to know the different parts of their system, and then we work with like helping the whole system really get to know each other so all the parts are in sync with each other. Parts therapy is really non-pathologizing, um, really creative and gentle way of working with clients who have really severe symptoms or even anxiety or depression that feel like it hasn't been able to be shifted. We use parts work together with somatic therapies, EMDR, and creative arts, as well as the cognitive talk therapies. For more information, you could check out our website to hear about the ways in which we help and to see if we can be of help to you. Right now, we're offering virtual sessions for clients all across New York. So if you're interested in art therapy or any kind of therapy and want to know a little bit more about how we prepare our clients so that they can actually make significant gains in treatment, then feel free to reach out, and I look forward to speaking with you.